Hi.
Hi.
Pam, right?
Yeah.
I'm Isabel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Did you find the place okay?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I did.
So have you ever been to counseling before?
No, it's my first time.
Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to go over this form with you.
Okay.
So Durham College Counseling is a free service. I'm a student counselor in training. I'm in the social work program right now.
Okay.
And so we're obviously going to try our best to help you with all your problems that you bring to us, but we cannot guarantee that the circumstances will improve. So the length of your involvement, this is all up to you. So it's voluntary. You can make as many appointments as you would like. And do you know anything about confidentiality?
I think so. I think just whatever we talk about stays between us.
Yep, that's pretty much what it is. There's just a few exceptions that I'm going to go over with you.
Okay.
So that's if a release of information form has been signed by you, that gives me permission to release information with other counselors and stuff like that.
Okay.
If I'm subpoenaed to court, and if I'm suspect that you're at risk of harming yourself or other people, and if there's any child abuse that you report to me, and that's a child under 16, and then if you are sexually abused by a regulated health professional, so like another counselor or a psychiatrist or something like that.
Okay.
So do you have any questions? Is this all understanding?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Okay,
think
so I'll
so.
get you to sign that.
Okay. And put the date?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a quick sign. Okay. So, what brings us here today?
Okay, so I'm a little nervous. I'm a mom of two, and I just recently started college, and I'm just really struggling. I'm in my second semester. I'm struggling with schoolwork and deadlines. I have placement this semester, and then I have two children that, and on top of that, I have housework and cooking and cleaning, and I just feel like it's just so much. It's like a lot. It's a lot of stress, and I'm just feeling like I'm getting lost in all of it.
Right. So I'm hearing, so you're a mother of two, you just started college,
Yeah.
and you're just feeling really stressed, like it's a lot, and you mentioned that you were struggling. What do you mean by struggling? What does struggling mean to you?
I'm just finding it hard to get everything done.
Okay.
And I'm struggling with just being there. I feel like even when I am with my kids and we're doing an activity or something, I'm still thinking about all the things that I need to do. So I don't feel like I'm really present for them and it's hard for me because in the past I stayed home with them. So they were just the main priority, and it was whatever they wanted to do. And now I'm in school, and I have, like I said, I have placement, I have assignments and deadlines, and I just feel like it's a lot of things to do on top of being a mom and wanting to be there for my kids and, plan activities and just talk to them and play with them. I feel like if I'm stressed, then I'm not really present with them, and it's really hard for me. And school is really hard, and placement, it's just a lot of time, and I just feel like I'm not able to be good at one thing. I'm just kind of struggling in all areas.
Right.
I'm struggling to do well in all areas, and I feel like I'm just doing bad in all the areas. I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing.
Right. Well, so I hear you have your time is obviously cut in half. You can't put as much time on your kids, which is something that you were used to doing before, because now you have lots of work and assignments and you have your placement.
Yeah.
And it's good. I heard you mention that you still are trying to have that time with your kids, even though you may feel like you're not 100% there because you're thinking of all your assignments. You still are making the effort to spend the quality time with them, so that's good. And it's good that you have so far been balancing out the two, even though you may feel like it's stressful and you're not doing a good job. You are still having that time with your kids and getting your work done. So that's a good thing. That is a strength that I just wanted to highlight for you.
Thank you. It doesn't feel that way. I feel like if I'm spending time with them, then I'm waiting for them to go to bed, and then I'm staying up late and I'm doing assignments, and then I'm not sleeping well. So then if I'm not sleeping well, then I'm grumpy, or I'm irritated, and then I get short with them, or I just feel like I'm stressed all the time, and they don't understand why, what's wrong with mommy. I'm just always stressed or in a bad mood, and I worry about how that's going to affect them as well. Like, I don't want them to think, I don't know, I guess I'm just questioning whether or not this is going to be harmful to them, like going to school and not being there and being stressed.
So, okay, so what would it feel like to you if that's how they were feeling? They were like, oh, like, what's wrong with Mommy? Like, why isn't she spending, like, as much time with us before? Like, what would it feel like to you?
It's scary. Like, it hurts me because I want to be there for them, but it also scares me because I don't know, I guess, I don't know if this is the right decision. Like, I feel like when I started, it was, so I could get a job and be able to support my family or help support them, and then they could maybe do more activities, or they can, just to have some, or we could go on vacations. But now that I'm in it, and it's hard, it's really hard, and I'm not able to be around as much, I just worry that, is our relationship gonna suffer? So I guess I'm just scared that this might not be the best thing for me or for them.
Okay. So you decided you wanted to start going to college because you wanted to get the job so you can do more things with your family.
Yeah.
So that's like good that this is something you're doing for your kids. So it's like not just for you, like this is like that was your motivation to go into it, like to do this for them.
Yeah.
So that's a good trait for them, and I'm sure they'll be very appreciative of that. Have you ever tried to communicate with them that now that there would be changes in being able to spend as much time together, since you have other things to do, you have to divide your time between them? Have you ever talked to them about that?
Yeah, I tried my best to prepare them. Well, my daughter, she's 8, she's gonna be 9, so I think she understands. I think sometimes it's still hard because sometimes at night, like at bedtime, let's say, I would always stay with her until she fell asleep. But I get worried sometimes if I'm gonna fall asleep because I'm always tired. Mm-hmm. So if I fall asleep with her and then I don't wake up, so sometimes I can't stay with her until she falls asleep, and then she has trouble sleeping. So I think, and she's mature for her age, we can have those conversations, but I think it's still hard for her because sometimes she will get upset, or she'll say she's scared, or she'll cry sometimes. So and then that makes me feel so guilty because I can't stay with her. And sometimes I do stay with her and I don't fall asleep, or if I fall asleep, I'll get up early. But then again, like, I just feel like I'm always struggling. Like it doesn't seem to be coming easy or naturally for me. And then for my son, he's younger. He's 4, so I don't know if he understands what's happening. Right. He knows I go to school, but I don't know if and then I worry about that too because I don't know how that's gonna affect him, if he needs me or not. We have different relationships. Like, I feel like my daughter and I have a different bond, and because she's older and because I had more time alone with her, I worry that it might affect her more. Not that it wouldn't affect my son, I just don't know how it would affect my son, and then not knowing really I struggle with that, not knowing if it's a good decision or not, and I'm just questioning, and then it leads to I'm just questioning everything, and like I said, I'm just struggling. I feel like I can't keep up, and I can't manage it all. I feel like I can't, and my house is a disaster. Like, I don't know, cleaning is not the top priority right now.
So what are you're feeling like you're feeling like you're not being able to like handle it right, like you're just stressed, you're feeling you're struggling, you're not doing things properly.
Yeah.
What are some, like, have you ever tried to think of some goals that you could set, or some like extra planning, like where you could prioritize certain time for certain things? Like, have you ever tried that?
Yeah, it's not my strong suit. There was even a talk in one of the classes about time management. So I mean, I'll be honest, I think I've gotten better since I've had kids in terms of planning and knowing, like, my kids get to school, I get to school, everybody's fed. Yeah. But I don't really have a schedule. Is that what you mean? Like,
yeah.
A schedule? No, I'm not really good with that. But yeah, I think time management is not a strength for sure.
Okay, so maybe that's something we can like work on while like if you wanted to continue here, that could be a goal of ours to come up with maybe like a schedule to help you kind of prioritize time so you can have like maybe an hour with your kids and then another like few hours to do your schoolwork and then breaks that you have like kind of like a layout. It might be easier for you. That could be something we could look into doing.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay,
I could do that.
So you are married, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so does your husband have any like anything in this? Does he like put any input into this? How you're feeling? Do you talk to him?
Yeah, I talk to him. It's hard sometimes though. I mean, he's supportive of my school, and I think we have that common goal of me wanting to get a job, because right now or in the past it's been him making the money, so I think it would be less stress for him. But I feel like even though he's supportive, if I tell him I'm stressed, he doesn't, not that he doesn't understand, but like he's stressed too, because he's going to work every day, and even though he's not going to school, he just, I feel like when it comes to assignments and stuff like that, he doesn't really get it, like he doesn't really understand. And then like we don't really get to spend a lot of time together because of the kids, but also we're both tired and stressed, and then I don't have free time to just sit and like watch a movie or something because I have to do schoolwork. And I think he gets it, but at the same time I think I worry about that too, like am I not being a good wife? Is our relationship, is our relationship strong enough kind of to like get through this stress? Because I feel like even having kids is stressful, but then being in school it's more stressful. So so that's just another kind of worry that I have.
And what does it like mean to you if he was feeling like, not that you said it's not that he doesn't understand, it's that he's stressed too. What does it mean to you, or like when he's not able to understand like kind of what you're feeling?
Well, he just doesn't, like, he knows I'm in school and he knows I have stuff to do, but in terms of like, I feel like the time it takes for me to get into an assignment or to focus on an assignment, and then sometimes like with planning, I understand the concept of like, okay, if you have 20 minutes here or 20 minutes there, but sometimes you're just not in the mindset. Like you have 20 minutes, but sometimes you're just not productive or you're not in the mood to do it, and I feel like that's normal. But I feel like he doesn't get that. Like he's supportive in terms of knowing that I need time, but I feel like he doesn't get sort of what it takes for me, or like the mindset that I have to be in. And I struggle with that, because it's not, it makes me feel alone. Like it makes me feel like I'm not, like, he doesn't understand. So I feel like it's not easy to talk to him about school, so then I just don't talk to him about school and I just do my work anyway.
So you're feeling like alone in the sense like he's not going through the school stuff, so he doesn't really understand it. It's like, like if he's not gonna, you don't have him to talk to.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody that you can talk to about like school, like another family member?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's busy. Like my brother, same thing. He has 2 little kids and he works, but at school, I have one friend who I can talk to about it, and she's pretty understanding. She doesn't go to school, but she's an OT. She has her master's, so she's really supportive, and she'll like text me and ask me like, how did the test go, or she'll ask me about assignments and stuff. But also at school, I have friends that also have kids, and then I find it easy to talk to them because they know exactly what it's like, and they're kind of going through the same thing. So that's been helpful.
Yeah, that's good. It's really important to have other people who are going through similar experiences to talk to and kind of debrief, because then you can get help from them. They may be going through like the same things, and it's like a way of like not feeling alone because there is somebody else going through the same thing. So that's really important that you meet people like that. That's like a good thing.
Yeah, it's been really good to have them, and sometimes there's so much, so you forget things, and I have my friends who can remind me, and sometimes I remind them too. So it's really nice to have that support.
So would you say these are people that on your free time, if you're feeling like kind of low and like it's something that you just want to talk about, these are people you can call and maybe like go get a coffee with and talk about like your problems to, and kind of like get like issues off your chest?
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes, I mean, it's hard to outside of school to get together, but if we have a break in between classes or a lunch time or something like that, we kind of can talk about certain things, mainly stress and assignments. But it's nice. I definitely feel I feel better when I talk to them and I know that
That's
they're going
good.
through the same thing. And they've said too that they've been struggling. So it's nice to not feel so alone sometimes.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely a positive part in this aspect. Yeah, that's very good. So would you be able or interested in talking to your husband too to come in so he can kind of understand like maybe you need like that his extra support and like him to be more open to understanding like what you're going through, so that you also have him to talk to at home, because it is like obviously like you can talk to your kids but they're not going to understand as much as he would.
Yeah.
Do you think he would be okay with that?
I could ask him. I mean, I could definitely ask him. He's not he's a little bit less I guess open to talking. Like he's more shy than me. I'm not really that shy.
Different,
So, but I could definitely. I think he's supportive. So I could definitely ask him. I don't know what he would say, but I could try.
Okay. So do you have any other things that you wanted to go through, or any other?
Just about the time management. Like what can I do to like. And I guess not just about time management, but is there any way that, when I know I have something to do, to make sure that I'm in the right frame of mind? Like I guess sometimes it's just hard for me when I'm feeling stressed or about a deadline, or like sometimes if you only have an hour, then I get stressed because I only have an hour, and I'm not, what if it takes longer than an hour, or what should I do? Sometimes I find deciding what to do in that hour gives me stress, and then it ends up wasting time in the end, because then you could waste 10 or 15 minutes stressing about it, and then you only have 45 minutes, and then you don't have an hour, and then it just keeps going. So like I guess when I get stressed like that, like what can I do to like calm myself down, or to get in that focused mindset?
So I think so obviously like the finding out what to do with your time is stressing you out, like you're just like overthinking it, and like it's something you need to work on. So if you're like getting a calendar or an agenda that you can put like your very own, that you can put in your own space and have for you, and you can just plan out like the things that you have due, so you know like what time to prioritize on certain assignments that they can get done, and then you can move on, so that way you're not putting like you're not as stressed because you know what is coming next, so you know what to do, you have a plan, and it's all settled for you. Do you think that's something maybe you could try doing that might benefit you?
Yeah, I think so. I think seeing it might help, because usually I'm pretty good at keeping things in my head. I mean, or I was. Now that there's so many things, I forget sometimes, and I do write stuff down.
That's good.
But I think maybe like having it up on a wall or something might be easier. And then my kids can sort of help with the planning, and they can put their activities, and that could maybe be a way that we could spend time with each other, and my husband can get involved too. I think we could try that, yeah.
Yeah, and you could also make it into a project even with your kids. Like they could help you like decorate it, or like kind of do that, like write things down for you. Like it'll help, and that also would give you time to spend with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'd be good. And then planning out different like, when you have that free time, like planning, like, okay, like I'm gonna spend time with my kids this time, I'm gonna do this with my husband, like just that, so that you still have, so that your time is split evenly with everyone.
Yeah, that sounds, I mean, it sounds good. I hope I can do it. I don't know, but yeah, I'm definitely willing to try. I'm open to trying it and seeing if that will help, because I need to try something.
So I'm just noting time, like I'm just looking at the time for our clock right now, and I do have another session starting soon.
Okay.
But so I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. But would you be interested in making another appointment with me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's just down at the front desk. You know, when you first walked in, the lady at the computer over there, you can make an appointment with her over there.
Okay.
And do you want to, for next session, maybe you can try the calendar, and then we can come back and see how that was working and see if there are any improvements in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
It was really nice meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much.